pavement in the shade of Bruce Lake, while the telegram wires hum with the static of the state. You stand on the corner where the Grand Avenues collide, watching the taxi cabs buckle under the weight of the tide. The wind kicks up dust from a giant hollow ball, and every brick in this valley has a gravity of its own. The steel towers reach for a heaven they will never touch, clutching their golden secrets like a broken silver clutch. I saw a man in a pinstripe suit begging for a grain of time, but the clock on the cathedral stopped ringing its copper chime. The shadows are long and they stretch across the bay like a slow motion funeral for the light of the day. Now the concrete is breathing a heavy gray mist, and the horizons are shaking like a clenched iron fist. There is a fever in the girders and a groan in the glass, waiting for the ghosts of the future to pass. It is a wide-angle wonder and a panoramic gate, built on the promises that the architects break. The harbor is choked with the debris of the dreams, and nothing is quite as solid as it seems. The map is a riddle with no fountain in sight, just a flicker of a match in a cavernous night. Beyond the facades and the marble-clad lies, the true shape of the struggle begins to arise. There is a lady in the window with her eyes turned to the docks, counting the seconds by the turning of the locks. Cranes are like giants bowed down in a prayer to the soot and the charcoal hanging thick in the air. The avenues are empty but the silence is loud, buried in the folds of a heavy winter cloud. The prophets are sleeping on the subway floor tonight, clutching their maps under a dim and flickering light. The bridge is a spine that connects the two shores, but nobody remembers what the struggle was for. The engine is cold and the wheels have all stalled within the high fortress of the limits we walk. Now the concrete is breathing a heavy frame mist, and the horizons are shaking like a clenched iron fist. There is a fever in the girders and a groan in the gas, waiting for the ghosts of the future to pass. And it's a wide-angle wonder and a panoramic gate, built on the promises that the architects break. Pavement in the shade of Bruce Lake, while the telegram wires hum with the static of the state. You stand on the corner where the Grand Avenues collide, watching the taxi cabs buckle under the weight of the tide. The wind kicks up dust from a dry and hollow bone, and every brick in this valley has a gravity of its own. The steel towers reach for a heaven they will never touch, clutching their golden secrets like a broken silver clutch. I saw a man in a pinstripe suit begging for a grain of time, but the clock on the cathedral stopped ringing its copper chime. The shadows are long and they stretch across the bay like a slow motion funeral for the light of the day. Now the concrete is breathing a heavy gray mist, and the horizons are shaking like a clenched iron fist. There is a fever in the girders and a groan in the glass, waiting for the ghosts of the future to rise. It is a wide-angle wonder and a panoramic gate, built on the promises that the architects break. The harbor is choked with the debris of the dreams, and nothing is quite as solid as it seems. The map is a riddle with no fountain inside, just a flicker of a match in a cavernous night. Beyond the facades and the marble-clad lies, the true shape of the struggle begins to arise. There is a lady in the window with her eyes to the docks, counting the seconds by the turning of the locks. The cranes on the giants bow down in a prayer to the sun, and the trouble hanging thicky, yeah. The avenues are empty, but the silence is loud, buried in the folds of a heavy winter cloud. The prophets are sleeping on the subway floor tonight, clutching their maps under a dim and flickering night. The bridge is a spine that connects the two shores, but nobody remembers what the struggle was for. The engine is cold and the wheels have all stalled within the high fortress of the limits we walk. Now we're concrete and breathing the is a fever in the gutters and a throat in the glass, waiting for the ghosts of a future attack. It is a wide-angle wonder friend, a panoramic cake, built on the promises that the architects break.